bit about me real fast. So I'm an old school gamer. I started with Atari and I moved on. I played like every single Nintendo, Sega, ColecoVision, every single kind of game I could get my hands on. So I played a whole lot of old games. I still play some new games too, but I really love the old school stuff. So I'm all about nostalgia. So my grand scheme, though, is eventually I want to start recording off my TV so I can record all my Little Big Planet levels and put it on YouTube. Then I'll start recording other Little Big Planet levels made by other creators and start doing Let's Play video of those. I haven't seen that done yet, so I want to like corner the market and be the first Little Big Planet level Let's Player. Creator made levels, not the actual game. There's a lot of awesome ones out there. But anyway, I figured until I can start doing that, I would cut my teeth on the whole Let's Play thing and play some old Nintendo games and Super Nintendo games. And one thing you should know is I usually use controllers. I rarely ever play games with a keyboard. So that's what I'm using now, is a keyboard. So I'm probably going to suck horribly until I can finally get used to it. So be prepared to watch me fail horribly. But maybe it'll make it more amusing. So I guess we'll get started, my favorite little Let's Player is Zeta Plays, and I have no computer. Whoa, that didn't work. Okay, I'm failing already. Anyway, to continue, I have no computer skills whatsoever, so I couldn't make my own well crap, even though I wouldn't if I could, because I don't copy people. But I thought about, once I made a couple of videos, I'll get a can, and once I start getting a lot of requests, I'll write down all the requests on pieces of paper, put them in a can, and then each time I play, I'll draw it out of the can. I could call it my can of crap. Though I wouldn't call it that, because like I said, I'm not going to copy anyone. So I'd probably give it a stupid name, like my can of shits and giggles, or something like that. But anyway, let's get to this game. And about this page right here, this is awesome. This is a 80s Nintendo game. Right now this is tame. Nowadays this is tame. But back then, this is pushing the envelope. That was bloody. This is pretty darn cool. You didn't see this much, especially on Nintendo. You know, the company that edited the very first Mortal Kombat to replace the blood with gray sweat. This is cool. But anyway, and what a transition, huh? Coming from that to happy face trees and blocks. That's one heck of a rendition. Whoa, my control got messed up. Let me fix it real fast. Finally, okay, let's get this started. If I remember right, you can hit these projectiles back at them. If you can hit them for like one hit kills. Oh man, I'm doing bad already. That's not good. Come on. No. Isn't this an interesting enemy? Isn't that an interesting image? Can you imagine coming out of your house and seeing a kid hitting a pair of legs coming out of the ground with a baseball bat? Yeah, that would scar me for life. Hey, it's Audrey 2. Little shop of horror, bop, shabop, Something's gonna get you, little shop of horrors. Okay, enough of that. Anyway, you can hit these bubbles, packed to the plant, but that would take forever. So I'm just going to beat the heck out of it with a baseball bat. If I don't die first. He's like, get off my pot. I said no, because I like pot. No, not really. Ooh, usually you turn into a monster when you get pills, but every once in a while, Christian Mark will turn you into a monster. But usually you gotta find a pill first. And it's always a certain monster that drops the pills. And my shot's gone right through his head. Great collision detection. I liked this game a lot when I was a kid. But man, we started off in a pool of blood, and now we're here in Neverland, Fantasyland, Smileys. A unicorn should come running by any moment now, with a pink teddy bear driving it. It's supposed to be a monster party. Don't worry, it'll change. Oh. Another thing about these wonderful save states is I've been really envious watching a lot of play videos, because a lot of times they play in these games that I played and beat as a kid, and I spent a whole lot of time cussing and screaming and going to pure hell to play these crazy hard-ass games. And there's these guys blasting through these games easy using save states. I was so envious. Sorry, I'm dead. Wouldn't you like to have most of your bosses already dead before by the time you get to them? Oh, by the way, killing that fly like I did, you have to do it. If you don't, you have to come back and do it. They count it as a boss. You gotta kill all the bosses to get out of the level. So, if you ever played this game yourself, remember, gotta kill that fly. I made that mistake a few times. Anyway, continuing my story I was trying to tell. No, you don't. Oh, you freaking cunt. Anyway. No, you don't, you cum lover. Anyway. Okay, before I was rudely interrupted. So I was envious. But now that I have the wonderful, awesome power of save states, I'm going to use it to get revenge. And I'm going to rape the hell out of all these games of save states. Rape the living hell out of them. I'm gonna get my vengeance. I don't see it as cheating because I beat most of these games. When I was a kid, I beat this one. I remember it took me a bit. Not that it's super hard. Well, it's frustrating sometimes. I think I'll be okay for most of it. The only part that I'm really worried about is there a haunted house level later. Oh, speaking of which, isn't that just pure nightmare fuel? It'll come back again. Pure nightmare fuel right there. That is creepy. A dog with a human face. Yeah. That gives me a few chills. This boss that's coming up, he's almost impossible without being a monster. It's almost impossible to kill him with the baseball bat. Oh my gosh, it's horrible. If I wasn't this monster, I would have to abuse save states just to kill this thing, and I still might not be able to do it. Whew. No, So I'm glad I had this monster for that. It's much easier when you're the monster. No creepy dog faces. You know, I remember there was a Nightmare on Elm Street, I think it was part 2, that had a dog with a human face. That thing was creepy too. That's another thing about me. I'm a huge movie buff, and I especially love horror movies, B-movies, and cult type movies. So I'm probably going to make 101 movie references that most of you guys won't get. So whenever I say something that makes no sense, I probably just made a movie reference. Well, that was first level. That wasn't too bad. But, of course, like most games, it'll get harder. And it's going to get stranger, too. Trust me on this one.